Hello, welcome to this Age of Wonders 3 PBM Duel tournament. So this is the 7th round of the tournament. Could also call it the quarterfinal. And there is 3 matches left. So in one match is Gab versus Sean. So it's the number 1 and 2 ranked players facing each other. So that's the kind of the semi-final, because the winner in that will go to the final. And then you have 2 quarterfinals. It's me versus Eskild or Ezekiel, and then you have Hilliard versus Rookie. And the winner in these 2 matches will play each other, and then the winner in that match, so that will be like a semi-final, will then play Sean or Gab to get a place in the final. So it's a few rounds left of the tournament. So I had a very good start actually. So I'm playing High Elf Necromancer, and I picked Grey God Adept because it's quite easy to keep neutral in the beginning of the game. You can balance it by chasing down a few independents, but at the same time also get cities as vassals, so you get some good points for that. So I think Grey God is quite good as well, and you get extra casting points with the right Empire upgrades, and then you also get some extra population in your cities. And then I picked Master of Water. There's not really any real reason for it, more than that I quite like the spells with healing showers. And then you also have a hailstorm, and since my unit will be have protection from frost, it's quite can be quite useful. And then you also get some extra mana and research for the nodes. So I think I will definitely need the mana, because I'm already casting spells and summoning stuff. So that's kind of the bit of the reasoning behind that. And then you can see that I'm starting in the northeast corner. So there was a stash of research here. So I managed to clear that site. It was 1 Phantom Warrior, Frostling Apprentice, and 2 Wisps. So I'll show you that battle in a bit. It was just my Draconian Necromancer that took a bit of damage, but I think it's okay for now. So yeah, so I started obviously here with all my units, and then I could see that there was a stash of mana, so I used my Unicorn Rider to get it. And when he got it, I also saw that there was a stash of research and this Necromatic Circle, so I was thinking better to do it straight away than to go do the forge and then go up again and then down again. So I'm thinking is to try to do it a bit more systematic in this game, to be more efficient. I think my opponent deserves this respect, to try to do everything very systematically. He's very good, Eskild. I played a few games with him, both with him and against him, and he's a strong player, very good at empire building. So yeah, I think he will play Rogue, by the way. So Necromancer versus Rogue is quite okay. I think he's focusing most on blight damage, and my units will be mostly resistant to that, so that should be fine. I'm not sure if you can also play Sorcerer, then we have a bit of a problem maybe. But yeah, we'll try Necromancer and try to be quite quick about it, and not rush him, but at least pressure him early on. So yeah, I will try this battle next turn. Obviously 3 Reanimators can be quite difficult, but I will have the Lost Soul next turn, so that should make it a bit easier. I can use him to kind of try to separate them and kill one Reanimator and a Lost Soul, and then get to kill the other two. But yeah, my Draconian, he will heal a bit quicker, so he will get 18 health points back, so he will not be at 38, so he can probably take a few hits, but yeah, it will be a difficult fight. Need to be very careful. Maybe even consider like retreating if it gets too bad. So yeah, so that was that, and then you can see that there's a bit of water on the edge here, which is fine. There's a gold pile there, another magma forge there. So it seems like there should be another two sites down here. So the route that I should take is quite clear. Need to just go down, clear the forge, clear the other forge, and then maybe even take this tent with one unit to find out where the vessel is. But it should be either in this area or down here. So anyway, should go in the right direction. But yeah, there is water here, so and there is rapids there, so it's fair to assume that there is nothing more here. When I get here, I will still be able to see what's happening. So let's have a quick look on the battle I did. So we play with a few starting skills, and what I thought that would do is that it would remove the tier 1 summon from your so it's not pre-researched, but it seems like it was the spells that was affected, because my leader only started with one spell, Rot. So I think that maybe it was a mistake in the setup, but so we still started with a few Empire upgrades research, but not in the spell book. So yeah, so since this guy, the Karnak, he doesn't have forest, so I decided to take another route with him instead of going through the forest. We went kind of around the forest, so that means that it was more efficient in terms of movement points, that he went on this side and then the other units there. So what it did in the battle actually is that the apprentice is a little bit closer to him, so she will go for him, and then the other units, wisps, they will come forward. So I'm killing one of the wisps with ranged attacks. So yeah, let's have a look. So just have 3 health points left. So otherwise I was thinking to cast Death Ray with him, but since he could kill it with one range attack, I opted for that instead. But now they're attacking him, and then the apprentice gets 2 attacks on him, so it's doing quite a lot of damage. So I killed the wisp with my leader, and then I move back, cast Stiffen Limbs on the Phantom Warrior to give me a bit more time to kill the apprentice, and then I can just farm a bit of experience with my leader and my hero to keep the Phantom Warrior out of range, and then kill him with many range attacks. So if the independents didn't come forward, this would be a harder battle. So it worked in my favor to split my army in 2 parts, with the hero in one, and then the leader army with the alone. So that was useful for me. It made it easier. Even I took a lot of damage on my hero. I think it worked out better than if I would go attack and then I have to use a spell to kill one of the wisps, and then I will not be able to cast Stiffen Limbs, so that I will have the Phantom Warrior as well. So I think it worked out quite good. Yeah, so I think that is it for this first turn. Next turn I will have the Lost Soul, and then I will probably prepare another one. So I can just say as well, with the research stash that I found, I picked Necromancy I, and then I started to put the rest of the points to produce Reanimator, so it will be done in 3 turns. So you can see it's 69 left, and I have 23 per turn. So it worked out quite good that it will be in 3 turns. It will be done, and it's exactly the research I have. I also had the option to pick Stiffen Limb because I had 51 left, so it would have been perfect as well. Or I could take Vengeful Frost, so it will be done next turn. But yeah, I opted for the Reanimator. It would also be good to get Shrines of Unlife. So that will, because I know playing Necromancy you use a lot of mana with summons, and the buildings also cost quite a bit of mana. So it was also on my mind, but I think once I get to 30 research points, so that's one laboratory, it will be done in 2 turns instead. So yeah, I think that could also work quite good. But yeah, to get a few reanimators up and level them up to gold will also be very good. So if you get them out in turn 5 or 6 or something like this, then they can follow the army the whole game and get to elite quite quickly, and that will also free up the leader and the heroes to do damage instead of healing the other units. So I think that's a good idea. Thank you for watching, and I hope it will be a good game and that you will enjoy watching it. So thank you.